down 1,000 times. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
Welcome to the show, guys. Fantasy football is back. It's August 1st, guys, and today I'm going to be doing a deep dive with the tight end position. Talking about a tight end fantasy football draft strategy, a practical way to draft tight ends and not have to worry about drafting Travis Kelce, because everybody's so worried about, oh, I missed out on Kelce. What do I do? Well, I've got the answer here in the video. Big video, guys. Now, I'm going to give you a ton of value here, so make sure you guys do smash that thumbs up. It helps the channel, so make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Smash it, lion mentality, and of course, make sure you guys comment below. Let me know which tight ends you like. I want to make this ultra interactive. It also helps the algorithm here. So drop a comment below and a thumbs up. That is very important. And lastly, but definitely not least, make sure you guys grab the 16-round draft solution. It's going to help you guys be light years out of the competition. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players drafted each round. All the tight ends that you need laid out on a silver platter, which round to draft them. The full strategy, right, to make sure your roster is optimal. You have a backup plan for a backup plan. Grab 16 rounds. I've linked it below. And also the 16-round plus tool, which gives you analytics on the top 250 players, tells you if they're contract years, bounce back years, everything under thefantasyfootballcouch.com under programs on the site. Okay, guys? I've also linked it below here on YouTube. But head on over to thefantasyfootballcouch.com under programs, grab the solution, and grab the 16-round plus tool. Two totally separate courses. They're both going to help you, okay? Different programs. All right, let's talk about tight ends here, okay? Now, everyone gets concerned about, like, okay, I missed out on Kelce. What do I do? I don't care. You guys can have Kelce. Now, what goes up must come down. Kelce's been absolutely perfect. When is the year he's going to go down? Maybe it's not this year, but he will eventually go down. They all fall down. Even the likes of Julio Jones, who's one of the best wide receivers in the league, where is he now, right? They all go down, right? Every good player eventually has a regression, right? If you keep drafting Kelce in the first round every single year, he's going to go down 1 year. I don't want to be a part of that. They're coming off of, Super Bowl hangovers many times. They're doing too good. When is he going to go down? So let's assume he does great as well. So we're going to base that on that. The second tight end to him last year, I believe, was Hawkinson. There's a 100-point difference. It was like 318 to like 215 or something like that. There's a 100-point difference between Kelce and pretty much everybody else. So what do you do? How do you draft a tight end? I'm going to simplify it for you, okay? And I also want to talk a little bit about second-year tight ends, because what happens is second-year tight ends statistically and historically tend to do a little bit better than their rookie year. Rookie tight ends don't really do as well. There is some exceptions. Kyle Pitts had a good rookie year. Pat Freiermuth had a good year. There is some exceptions as of late. Those are the two exceptions, right? But aside from that, rookie tight ends don't do well. But I do like this one rookie tight end, which again, I'm going to give you guys at the end, a rookie tight end that I absolutely love. So when we're talking strategy, what do we do? You know what I like to do really is get a safe tight end in the mid to later rounds, okay? What do I mean by that? Why do I do that? Because in the early rounds, we're talking fantasy football draft strategy, in the early rounds, I really enjoy grabbing my running backs, the most scarce position. And we see that running backs are extremely scarce. We see the contract issues that are going on currently with Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley had a bit of an issue there. We know that this position gets injured a lot. We're seeing that with Javonte Williams coming back from a knee injury. Is he going to be 100%? We see that with Breece Hall. We see all these teams scrambling to try to meet with people to have backups. We see now the Seattle Seahawks having some issues at the running back position. I don't want to talk too much running back right now, but I will tell you it is a scarce position, and I like to load up early. So anyone drafting Kelce is definitely missing on a workhorse running back, and that is not something I'm okay with doing, and it's not something I like doing. So this is why I go with a safe tight end, guys. A safe tight end, meaning a guy like Tyler Higbee or a Gerald Everett, someone that's going to get me a safe 5 to 10 points every single week at that tight end position. So now that I'm covered with that, I've got myself a safe tight end, a guy that I can plug in and not get overly excited that I'm going to have a big monster week, and that's okay, right? But I'm going to get somebody that I can plug in and I'm going to get some sort of production out of. After that, I roll the dice on one or two upside tight ends. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you guys some second-year tight ends, because again, we talked about historically, some tight ends, not all of them, tend to do better in their second year as they evolve. Now, here's some second-year tight ends you may want to consider. Cade Otton, Tampa Bay. Now, it's a bit of a dice roll. You're basically playing tight end roulette at this point, right after you got your safe tight end. But that's okay, because you could land yourself an ace person that could be a top 10 tight end, and you do better than your safe tight end. And that's the whole point here, all right? So we're taking a look at Greg Dulcich, right? He could have a good year. Denver. Cade Otton, Tampa Bay, right? You never know. Trey McBride, Arizona. Now there's a void there, right? We got Hopkins now shipped off to Tennessee. There could be something there, maybe an uptick in production. Jelani Woods, okay? And remember, I'm going to give you a tight end that I like right here at the end, that I really like as a rookie, that I think could actually counteract and be a good tight end that could break the mold, actually do well as a rookie tight end, okay? Jelani Woods, I mean, again, you got question marks. Anthony Richardson could be a safety blanket for him. So that's something that I'm looking at, okay? Okonkwo, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Tennessee tight end, right? 450 yards last year, 3 touchdowns. Jelani Woods, 312 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns, right? We had Dulcich, 2 touchdowns, 411 yards, right? Cade Otton, 390 yards, 2 touchdowns. These guys had under 500 yards, a few touchdowns here and there. Nothing to get excited about. But out of Dulcich, McBride, Okonkwo, Cade Otton, all these guys, one of them, maybe 2 of them, maybe all of them, definitely are going to see an uptick in production, right? Again, we're talking late round. Okay, does this make sense to you guys? You guys missed out on Kelce, and it was a smart move to miss out on Kelce. Don't feel, actually, that's a bad word to say. Missed out. You didn't miss out. You capitalized on the opportunity to secure the most scarce position, which is running back, or maybe even get an ace wide receiver. And that is okay. You did that. Cool. Right now you're making up for that. What do? You're grabbing a safe tight end. I'm just using Higbee as an example. There's other safe tight ends that I lay that out in 16 rounds. You grab yourself a Higbee, right? And then you get yourself an upside second-year tight end, or even better, a rookie tight end that I like. For example, Sam Laporta. That is the guy that I like. There you go. There's a gem right there. Why do I like Laporta? Well, Hawkinson was decent on the Lions. Goff, targets him about 100 times a year. So you're going to get a guy that's going to get about 100 targets, is going to be a big red zone target, 6'4" or whatever, 250 pounds. Big red zone target, getting praises from guys like George Kittle, right? Already hearing in the news that he's getting praises. Sam Laporta is a guy that I'm targeting late as a backup tight end with a top 10 upside finish. I like Laporta. I'm giving you a lot of secrets here, okay? So let's break this down here. Early tight ends. You got guys like, Kelce, you got Andrews, who had a bust year a couple years ago. You got Kittle, you got Pitts. I'm not sold on Pitts. I heard he was struggling in camp a couple days ago. Listen, I'm more of a Drake London, Bijan Robinson kind of guy. Pitts could have a good year, but I'm just not a Pitts kind of guy. So we got Kyle Pitts, we got Andrews, we got Kittle, we got Hawkinson, who looked appealing prior to the season, but the addition of Addison, bit of a turnoff there. More volume is going to go that way. You don't invest in a high draft capital on a wide receiver to sit him. So Addison's going to get his fair share. Hawkinson might see some work as well. Again, maybe a safe tight end, but you're going to pay more for Hawkinson because he did well last year. That's the thing. Everybody's doing this copy and paste. So those early tight ends, I have no desire to get. The mid-range tight ends, you got your Safer, your Everett, your Higbee, your Juwan Johnsons of the world. Maybe, you consider one of those as your safe tight end. At the end, you roll the dice on a second-year tight end or a guy like Laporta, who I absolutely love. There's also Michael Mayer, who's a rookie, who could have himself a good year. The Packers drafted a couple tight ends, some dice rolls there as well with Kraft and Musgrove. Again, you're rolling the dice. It's a matter of looking at the depth chart, looking at the situation, looking at who could break out. Now, again, I lay this all out in the 16-round draft session under the notes, under my video, explaining everything, guys, for you all on a silver platter. Grab the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it below. But of course, guys, I want to do a deep dive here on tight ends to give you practical advice, because everybody's going to come in and tell you, oh, here are the tight end rankings. Like, who cares? That's not going to help you guys win after Kelsey's gone. Oh, tight end rankings, just draft Kittle. Really? That's what you're going to tell people? Just draft Kittle or just draft Hawkins? There's no practical, logical thinking here. But when you implement the safe and the upside strategy, it's really, really going to help you guys crush your leagues, okay? Keeping it practical with you guys, keeping it real is what I do, and that's what I'm all about, right? No sheep mentality. And Connor is not on the show. If you guys don't know who Connor is the Consheepsis that joins the show. He's going to make cameo appearances. He's not on the show. I'm wearing his shirt. It says no sheep today. So you can get these shirts at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com as well. Okay, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. It is Full Flow. Fantasy football is here. More content coming to you guys daily. Practical stuff to help you win. Also join the Fantasy Frontlines, patreon.com/FFcounselor. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon.